beauty and age before whatever I am. Why don't you give us a gong, man, and kick this stream off. Welcome, everyone. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? I am your host, Jack, and to my left, your right, is the always lovely Sylvester. How you guys doing? Welcome to Alliance Show. This is our, I believe, 4th episode of 2019. We got a good one in store for you today, folks. We are talking all about words and the impact that they have on your life. I'm also going to slyly scoot away my little table because I can see that that's in frame. Bada boom. There we go. So, man, how have you been doing? It's been a while.
Man,
7 whole days since we last spoke realistically like this.
It's been 7 days, and then we processed a holiday on Monday. So
we did.
Yeah, it's been
out of the state. You're about to go out of the state.
Yeah, I'm about to travel and hit up Nashville. So if you're
everybody's
in the Nashville
got
area,
the travel bug. So
hit me up right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right there.
There we go.
Up there.
There is our plug. So guys, if you are just joining us for the first time, this is the Alliance Show. The Alliance Show, right? Or some people like to call it just Alliance Show.
Yeah,
we kind of had that conversation.
Is it Alliance? Is it the Alliance?
You let us know. I think I would go in the camp of Alliance. No, the. It's like Facebook, like you said. It's the. It just makes it sound less cool, I suppose. So
one thing for sure though is that Alliance or the Alliance, whichever you
want to call it,
is the Beardbrand Alliance, and
absolutely,
the Alliance is a private community for like-minded individuals who want to invest in themselves, want to invest in others. And so check out the description and the link below.
Absolutely.
You can get all the details about what the Alliance is and how you can join the Alliance, the perks for being a member in the Alliance. And man, come join the conversation.
Yeah.
Come get in it.
It's a good place. So go ahead and check that out in the link in the description. And while you're down there, why don't you do us a favor and do yourself a favor and click on that link that'll take you to the giveaway. So in this giveaway, I say this every single week, you guys have the chance to win one of 3 $50 gift cards to the Beardbrand website. All you needs to do is enter your name, email address, and your YouTube channel username. These are all very important so that we can tag you, bag you, and send you your gift card at the very end of this thing. We're going to call out those 45 minutes into the show, and then we'll do them in a 5-minute increment. So go ahead and fill that out. Come on back. You do not need to stick around to the end. So if you just want to come in, take our money, and leave, that's all good. Whatever. Hey, how about that? How about another one of those intros?
Boom. 2 for the price of one.
It's about high time we show who's behind the camera, showing who's doing all this. Hey,
Randa.
You want to show who's going on? We
Hello.
Still need to get you a slide out, don't we?
Yeah, we got to get her a slide out.
We'll get it a bit.
Yeah, you're going to get all sorts of weird people following you on Instagram, too, so don't worry. We're not talking about you guys watching right now, but, we do get some people, some less than savory characters.
Not these guys.
Yeah, you guys are cool.
And gals.
Anyway, so why don't we get into a little bit of a breakdown of what we're going to be doing today. Of course, we've done the housekeeping rules. After this, we'll kick off into our style consultations. You want to run everyone through what that is in 2 minutes real quick?
Yeah. So if you're just joining us for the very first time, we want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining us on the Tuesday live stream. This is the Alliance Show, and again, we broadcast this show every Tuesday over on our YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you may be also listening to this for the first time by way of podcast, because this live stream gets turned into a podcast that is available for download over on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So if you're unable to join us for the live stream on Tuesdays,
3 p.m. Central or Eastern Time,
Eastern Standard Time, you can download the podcast and catch up with us on the podcast every single week. And something we'll want to make sure that you know is that if you can't catch the podcast right after this stream,
like immediately,
just know that we're working to get it onto those platforms. So it'll take us about 24 hours to get it there. So if you don't find it by the end of business today, check tomorrow. It should definitely be there by then. So, but yeah, this is a portion of the stream or of the show where we, where we give style consultations.
We do.
And guys, Jack will send in their photos.
They do
to us. And ask for advice on their beard, on their hair, on their general attire style. But the cool thing is you don't have to have hair in order to receive a consultation from Beardbrand.
You don't even have to have a beard.
Yeah, you don't even have to have a beard. So if you've got no beard, no mustache, no hair, and all you're rocking is a hair downstairs, well, hell, man, send a photo of not of that.
Don't send us that.
Send a photo of yourself. Let us know a couple things. Let us know your age. That plays a big role into the journey of growing out your hair and your beard and your style.
Oh, yeah.
Also, let us know how long you've been growing for in that particular photo.
Okay.
Because that'll let us know where you are in the journey, in the process to grow.
Sure.
And then let us know what your goal is. Are you going
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, are you going for a year, or are you just maybe trying to maintain a certain style, or maybe you're looking for inspiration to change up the style and you want to get some feedback on what that style should be.
Oh, yeah.
Send those things over to style@beardbrand.com.
Style@beardbrand.com.
And then we'll do our best to get back in touch with you to let you know, hey, we're going to feature you on this week's stream. That way you can tune in for the live session, or you can catch it on the back end once it uploads to our YouTube channel, or
on the podcast form.
You can get it in the podcast form, baby.
Either way, we are making it easy for you guys. There is plenty of ways to watch it, plenty of ways to listen, and every which way, it's beautiful.
Style@beardbrand.com.
Style@beardbrand.com. And with that being said, shall we jump right into this style consultation number 1? There we go. All right. So the way this is going to work is Randa is going to read the message that this fella sent to us. One of us will describe him, and the other one will kick off the style consultation. All right. Who do we got, Randa?
I guess I should turn on my microphone.
Yeah, turn on that microphone and let us know.
All right. So it goes, hey, my name is Raphael. I've been growing my mustache for approximately 2 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, my job does not allow me to grow a beard. I decided to grow a mustache for the first time in 38 years.
Oh, wow.
Since this is the first time my mustache has been this long, I notice it's not growing as full as I thought it would. My goal is to grow my mustache long and thick enough to have a Hungarian-style mustache.
Yeah, we'll touch on that.
Please let me know if you think I will be able to achieve my goal. Respectfully, Raphael.
Randa, will you do me a favor and read his goal one more time?
My goal is to grow my mustache long and thick enough to have a Hungarian-style mustache.
Ooh, good choice. A little Greg Brzezinski action. All right. So, Sylvester, would you like to describe our man? And Randa, will you pull up our little credentials of what we're supposed to be actually saying about these guys? We actually typed up a list, guys, so that we will make it as easy for you guys to picture these people in your mind if you are not watching. So if you will go down this list, Sylvester, and describe all these things.
Yeah, so for all our listeners over on the podcast, we want to make sure that we describe our style consultations in full description as much as possible.
Oh, yeah.
To the best to our abilities. But Raphael, man, Raphael's face shape, I would say this is probably an oval face shape.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Oval,
and let's see, any distinguishing features, man. No, aside not on the face shape, he's got oval-shaped eyes and oval face,
a lot of round features.
Face, so lots of round features to work with here on this gentleman. Hair. Well, Raphael has no head hair.
Not at all.
He's rocking a bald head, which I think
fully bald. I don't even think it's shaved.
It's fully bald. He's probably using a razor to shave that down on a daily or every other day.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
And he's doing a really good job. It looks nice. So there's not really a texture to describe up on top, but Raphael has a mustache that he has been growing out, as he mentioned in his email. And this got the shape of, it does have some handlebars on the mustache. So it is coming down below the line of the lip. So the sides, if you can imagine this, it's well grown in. I would say this is probably about 2 weeks of growth.
He did
for
say
this
2
gentleman.
weeks, yeah.
And based on this photo of Raphael, I would say that the texture of his hair is going to be pretty thick and coarse. And so, again, not really too much to describe because he's pretty clean shaven on the side, but he is got black hair, brown eyes, and I would say he is got brown skin or tan colored skin, just like myself. And so, yeah, man, good looking guy.
All right. So overall, Raphael is looking for kind of the Hungarian style. His mustache. Now, if you don't know what Hungarian style is, it's sort of a play on the handlebar, pulled to the side, almost an imperial look. A little bit of a handlebar situation, right? So if you can picture a handlebar with the curly cues on the side, that's what you want to get. Now, Raphael is unsure that his mustache is coming thick enough. Man, that is where we are going to disagree, Raphael, because I think that is probably one of the thickest mustaches I've seen. In 2 weeks, man, that is outstanding. All you need to do is be a little bit more patient. Now, I know you said this is your first mustache you've ever grown in 38 years, and I know you can't grow a beard for your job, but This mustache, man, is fantastic. All it needs is a little bit more time. Continue to care for it, to continue to grow it out. Use some beard oil on that bad boy, and as it continues to grow out, I would get some wax on that. Watch plenty of Greg Brzezinski's videos, though, because that man is the plan, or he's the man with the plan with the mustache.
He sure is, yeah.
Yeah. I would incorporate the round brush in there, right?
Yeah. So, Raphael, what I would recommend you do, my thoughts are very in line with Jack. Jack, this guy does not have a patchy beard or mustache. I mean, maybe there is a patchy beard
maybe
there.
in the beard part, but we don't need.
And we don't know that. That's the unknown here. But the mustache, for sure, there's no patches in that mustache.
Not at
it
all.
goes straight across that lip, dude.
Yeah.
And you got, as Jack would say, you've got plenty of real estate there to work with.
Oh, yeah.
So what I would do is, yes, follow Greg Brzezinski's videos.
Sure.
His videos are probably going to be coming real handy once you reach the 90-day mark.
Oh, yeah.
But to get there, I would set a goal. 90 days without trimming it, without touching it. As much as you're going to hate to resist, or you're going to have to resist the urge to cut your lip, because I can already tell, like 30 days in, you're going to have an already cool looking mustache.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to go for that Hungarian, you got to set a goal of 90 days, and then even at that, you want to set another goal of maybe another 90 days after that. Try to reach 120 days for sure without trimming if you can. But a couple of tools to get you there are going to be mustache wax at about the 60 to 90 day mark, and then also a boar's hair bristle brush will also get you there.
That's going to be monumental with a coarse beard like his.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then also you're going to want to reach for maybe a tool like a mustache comb. Or a pocket comb.
Pocket comb, yeah.
Pocket comb.
Take with you.
Yeah, because if you're working in a corporate setting or in a job setting that requires you to take care of yourself a little bit more, present yourself better, I guess, if you will, for lack of a better way of saying it, then you'll want to have a tool to help you reset throughout the day.
Yeah.
So you take care of yourself in the morning when you style it, and then throughout the day, that mustache or that short, the pocket comb is going to help you keep that style throughout the day, help you reset when you after lunch and things like that.
All right, man. I think that's Raphael in a bag. So hopefully that gives you plenty of stuff to work with. Looks like you've already got the tools you need. You just need that little push, and I think that's where we got to today. So Raphael, with all that being said, that is style consultation number 1. Let me find my little gong stick.
In the bag, man.
In the bag. Ooh, that one had a cool noise at the end.
And Raphael did send in a close-up.
Okay.
So in case you wanted a different perspective, you can kind of see the length a little bit more there. So.
Well, he didn't make us a liar, because there's definitely some good growth.
All that does is reiterate what we already said.
Looks
I think
incredible.
All right, on to the second one. Sweet.
All right.
Who do we have here?
So we have Chris.
All right.
What's up, Chris?
How you doing, Chris?
Hey, Beardbrand. Love your videos. My name's Chris. I'm 22 years old.
All right.
I've always cut my facial hair after about a month, but after watching your videos, I've decided to give it at least 3 months before considering cutting it.
I like that.
Currently at just under 2 months. Any style recommendations would be really appreciated.
Okay. Good deal. Can I get those credentials real quick? And I will describe our buddy Chris. All right, so Chris has got I'd call this probably a rectangular or heart-shaped face. Any distinguishing features? Well, he's got some glasses in a rectangular shape around his eyes. Length of hair is sort of a corporate style, longer on top, close cropped on the side, maybe working off of a very low fade, or at least something very closely cropped on the side. Color of the hair is brown or brunette, depending on what you want to say. Facial hair is all concentrated in the goatee area, none on the cheeks whatsoever. Even the sideburns are trimmed up real nice and tight to the top of his ears. Length of this goatee is, I'd say, about the length of mine right now. On the mustache, that's about 1.5 inches maybe on the mustache. Mustache gap in the middle, slightly small connections on the side, and it's thickest down there in the goatee area itself, on the chin, where it almost turns kind of black, okay? And then, overall, I'd say that's it. Very structured cheeks, by the way. All right, let's go. Take it away.
Yeah, so Chris, you're looking for recommendations. Is that correct, Randy? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, he's looking for recommendations at just under the 2-month mark.
Yeah, so my take on this, Chris, on the beard, let's start there. It looks like you might either have like a patchy beard, or you're just keeping things really well shaved, which I like. But if it were up to me, I would probably try to pull off maybe like a scruffy goat type thing, very similar to what Jack just did. If you're going to keep it at the length that you're at right now,
okay,
then I would try to grow out the sides and at least keep it on some heavy scruff to blend that in. I personally don't like the dimension, like the 2-dimension. You've got a clean side, and then you've got like about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of length on the goatee, on the circle beard there.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
To me, this is just my personal preference. It's just a little harsh, the dimension there. I mean, it's cool because you could definitely rock like a Van Dyke style type thing.
Oh, where you would shave the sides a little bit?
Either shave the sides, or maybe you take the mustache and section it out where you can actually
pull it up with a little bit of wax,
pull the sides out a little bit.
Okay.
And you don't have to necessarily shave these off, I don't think. You can just kind of separate it.
Okay.
Is what I would do. Now, true Van Dyke would probably call for the separation.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to mix it up and go for a hybrid, I think you don't have to shave that if you don't want. But what I also think that you could possibly pull off is a really gnarly beard stash.
Oh, yeah.
That mustache looks pretty cool. I dig that mustache on you, especially how it droops down and it hangs down low over the lip.
Yeah, it's got some good size despite the middle gap.
To the sides. But yeah, man, I personally would go for a scruffy goat. I think it would really look really good on your facial features. I don't know if you can grow anything on the sides though. That's granted, you're able to grow hair on the side of the cheek.
Yeah.
But look up a guy named Chris Mellington.
That's a good example.
And he is a great example of the scruffy goat. If we didn't actually name the scruffy goat after him, he's rocking a really cool scruffy goat, and that's just where you go to a barber and you have them fade it from about right here up, and it's just a really nice fade, probably from right below your cheekbone up to the sideburn. You can do it at different lengths. Jack did his a little longer this last video. I think it looks better a little shorter, and then you keep the goatee in the center of the face, also in direct proportion to the fade. So yeah, you would take some of that. You would take some of that density out of the center of the face. But man, the facial hair looks really cool on you, man.
It is good.
And then for the glasses, my style recommendation probably. Man, you already have a lot of rectangular shapes on your face. I wonder what a circle frame would look like. A glass,
I think we should try it out.
Or even a thicker, like a thick square, like a thicker glass frame would probably look really cool too.
Make it more part of your style.
If you wanted to take it, if you wanted to stick with the rectangle shape, maybe upgrade to like a thicker frame, because that would really kind of make your facial features pop and make it like really bold. And then the head hair, man, I like this length of head hair.
It's a good look.
I would say sea salt spray is going to be your best friend. Maybe some styling balm when you need some more hold. But yeah, sea salt spray is going to be a phenomenal friend for you. Dude, cool hoodie.
Chris actually sent in another photo with no glasses, just so you can get another angle.
Perfect.
To what he's
Actually,
rocking.
yeah, I kind of dig the look without glasses, but I think trying out that circular frame or even oval frame really could work for Chris. Even if you just want to try it out, go to the store and just try them on. And if you don't like them, hey, don't get them.
Yeah, that's just a style recommendation, man. But yeah, I would still, even with this photo, I'd stick with the scruffy goat style. That would be my personal take, and kind of take down that density in the chin area. It looks like it grows really thick there in that chin area. So I would take that down just a bit. I don't know, Jack, what do you think? Would you add some thoughts?
Here's my issue with that, man. So I'm looking at Chris's growth pattern, and I'm not sure if he can grow on the cheeks right now. Now, this might be something, Chris, you do eventually, right? You take on the scruffy goat, but if you are, in fact, not able to grow anything on those cheeks, I don't know. I kind of dig the circle beard. I would maybe carve down the chin just a little bit more, because it's taking up so much space on the goatee right now, or at least the circle beard that he's rocking, that it's really disproportionate to the mustache. So I'd take that down just a little bit and then see where you go from there. I mean, if it's based on the kind of growth pattern that I think it is, you'll be able to grow that back in no time, even if you do take it down shorter than you think you need to. So that would be my only 2 cents with that, if you cannot, in fact, get the stuff on the cheeks. Otherwise, man, I'd definitely go for that scruffy goat.
Chris is 22, man. He's young. So, Chris, don't be disheartened, man. If you aren't able to grow on the sides, listen, when you're 23, your beard's going to look completely different than it was when you're 22. Even in that 6 to 9 month difference of age, you're going to see quite a bit of difference in the way it comes in. And then as you grow and as you get older, 24, 25, 28, 32, you're only going to begin to fulfill those genetics. It's not a promise or a guarantee that you'll actually grow it in if you can't. But generally speaking, the older we get, the more we begin to fulfill our genetics. So
so give it some time. Take this as you will. And with that being said, Chris, style consultation number 2 in the bag.
Congratulations.
All right, third and final of the day. Let's see, who do we have?
All right, so here we got Randy.
Randy.
He goes, hi. I've been wearing this expanded goatee for most of the past year, and I'm looking to grow out a full, fairly long beard. This was pretty good timing after that other one.
I was going to say, it's similar.
Until about 3 weeks ago, I trimmed my goatee and stashed down about 9 millimeters once a week.
Okay.
So the length I've got is hard to judge in terms of growing time.
Sure.
Okay.
The stubble on my neck and cheeks is 4 to 5 days worth. I'm 57 years old.
Okay.
All right. So as you can see, my beard looks pretty ragged at this length, and my mustache is weird. I think it's great.
I like your mustache, Randy.
The few times I've worn a beard, I've always kept it short, but I'd like to grow out something of decent length. I assume I should just let everything grow for a while, even if that means I'll look like I've got a beard in 2 pieces for now. What other advice would you give me at this time? Thanks, Randy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's your turn to describe Randy.
I'll give a description of Randy here.
Okay, so let's describe Randy.
So Randy's got his face shape. It's like, I don't know.
Like oval.
Pretty oval, right?
Yeah, oval.
I don't want to just keep saying like oval because I keep getting the oval face shapes. But yeah, this is an oval face shape.
It is what it is.
And the distinguishing feature, I guess, in Randy's in his face shape here is that he is wearing glasses as well, very similar to our friend Chris. It was, right?
Yes, Chris.
And so as far as the hair, Randy's got salt and pepper hair, just like he does salt and pepper beard.
Yes.
Well, it's really more salt than pepper in his beard there.
A little bit more pepper upstairs and a little bit of salt.
Yeah,
on
there
the
you
beard.
go.
Yeah, a little bit of contrast.
But Randy does have a receding hairline.
Yes.
And it is being pushed pretty far back, but he hasn't given up because he's got quite a bit of length where he is able to grow his hair.
Right.
And so he is got maybe about, I would say it's about 4 inches on top.
Maybe
three
it's
to
kind of
4
similar
inches.
to like if Mahesh were to really grow out his hair.
Exactly. Kind of, a little bit, very in line with the same growth pattern that Mahesh has.
Right.
But let's see. What else do we want to highlight here on Randy?
Let's talk about that beard. That seems what Randy was most concerned about.
So Randy, as he mentioned, he did have a goatee. He did have a mustache and a goatee, and he's growing it out. So if you saw Chris's photo, Chris didn't have anything on the sides,
right,
and anything underneath the neck area. It was just straight up mustache,
right, and goatee,
handlebar and goatee. Well, Randy has got a pretty full, heavy scruff on the side, and you can tell he's put some time into that goatee because it's blended pretty well.
This is kind of a scruffy goat in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is this is what I would say a variation of the scruffy goat, and again, I don't want this to come across wrong, but where it didn't really pull off and translate well for Chris, it really translates well for Randy.
Oh, okay, I get you.
In my opinion. So I'll offer some more thoughts, but yeah, I think that sums it up. And he's wearing an burnt orange colored shirt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not the Longhorns, but Hook'em Horns.
Yeah, Hook'em.
And I thought it was a Longhorn shirt at first.
I did too at first. All right, Randy, I think we got 2 more pictures of Randy. Can I see those real quick before we go into the style consultation? Okay, so yeah, you can really get a good sense of this one. I like this. Let's leave it here for a moment because we're really going to tackle the beard, Randy. So Randy has been growing out this goatee for a long time, and he wants to get it into a full beard. Now, here's where you're going to face an issue, Randy. The first thing that you're probably going to notice is that you got a little bit of disproportion going on. Your cheeks are much, much shorter than your goatee is right now. Now, you have the option to do one of 2 things. You can let that continue to grow as it is and sort of rock the scruffy goat as it grows in, and then trying to trim down the goatee to be in a little bit more proportion, or you can grow it all out and let it be kind of disproportional, let that be your thing. I think you maybe want to go for option number 2 because that's kind of a style in and of itself. Again, I'm going to recommend Chris Millington as a style personality that you want to look up for this one because he rocks that really well. He makes sure that the mustache and goatee area of his beard is the anchor, and I think you can do the same thing, Randy. Keep an eye on that mustache, though. Let that thing grow out if it can, okay? Because right now you're letting the chin hair be the biggest part of it. Now I want to see that mustache show a little bit more. make sure you get a little balm in there so that you're not eating it every day. And comb it to the sides. Other than that, what do you think, Sylvester? Let's just strictly with the beard, though, right now.
Yeah, man, you got two options. One, you can trim it down like Jack says, or two, you can keep the time you've invested into your goatee and your beard and just grow.
Yeah.
Which is what I personally would recommend you do.
Oh, yeah.
Is grow the mustache, grow the beard, grow your goatee, and just put the razor down.
Yeah.
Sounds simple, sounds practical, but it's honestly the best way to get it done. And then set a goal. I say this all the time. Set a goal of 30, 60, 90 days without trimming your beard. If you go over to our YouTube channel, or if you follow our YouTube channel, or if you're listening to the podcast and you've never heard of Beardbrand, you just found us somehow, go to YouTube, look up Beardbrand. And then get on Greg's journey right now.
Yeah, Greg
to grow his beard. He's been growing out his beard and his hair without trimming or without cutting for 90 days. And
he's at day 84 right
84,
now.
Right? So, dude, and you will tell a difference if you go back in the videos and see maybe like week 3 and compare it to where he's at now.
Oh, it's like night and day, man.
You will see how transformative those like latter 60 days really change.
It's weird, yeah.
Even day 1 to 30 is a completely different look. But yeah, man, I would say just set out on a path and say, you know what, come summer, then I'll reevaluate what I'm going to do. But 30 to 90 days is what I'm going to set my goal for. Yep. And you could even do it 30 days at a time if you want. Say, hey, here's 30 days committed without trimming. Let me see what it looks like at the end of the 30 days. Right. And then I'm going to recommit to another 30 and then commit to another 30 and go from there. But yeah, I personally say you've put the time in already to grow that bad boy out. Just keep it growing, man.
Yeah, man. Randy, you've started that marathon. Let's just get through the last mile now, okay? I was holding on to that one. I thought of that one. I was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to say this shit. All right, anyway. Do we have any other pictures of Randy? That's awesome. There we go. A little bit of the underneath. So, Randy, the only thing I would say is that neck hair grows out a little bit. Make sure that you keep an eye on that. It looks like it may connect down to your chest hair. You may be one of those guys like myself where it'll just keep going. So if you do want to continue to shave that part, be our guest. If you don't, hey, that's just going to add to the beard. Okay, man? You're going to get an even more massive one if you let everything grow. Other than that, I think that's everything that we wanted to touch on. And with that being said, shall we gong him?
Let's gong him.
Randy, thank you so much. Style consultation number 3 and final one of today complete. Let me take a sip of water and we'll get into our special topic of today, which is the power of words.
Yeah, man. Just before we go into that, I was going to say just one more highlight about Randy. I have it reminds me of a friend I helped who's now a member in the Alliance, and I hope he doesn't mind me throwing his name out, but Ed Skullpain.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how Skullpain and I got connected. Him and I did a style consultation like this about a year and a half ago.
Sure.
And he emailed out to Beardbrand, and him and I connected, and he actually had a lot longer goatee. He had it was about
that thing was really like metalhead goatee.
And it was really long, and so he was like, man, I don't know if I should trim it or if I should grow it. I said, grow it out, man. And then the next time I saw him was 6 months later, and it was like,
he sports an impressive beard these days.
Yeah, man, and he actually ended up going for a full year.
He did.
And then he got to the year, and I think he trimmed it just a little bit, like about the 14-month mark. But he last time I talked to him, he was still
pretty
growing.
Massive these days. And so Ed's wearing it well these days.
There's hope for you, Randy. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Wanted to make sure to mention that.
Keep that in mind, Randy, as you go forward with your journey, and we wish you the best of luck, okay? All that being said, now let us jump into our special topic.
Yeah.
You can come on through. No worries. A little cameo. We've got a special guest coming in at the end. He's making his way in. But let's lead off with this special topic of your words have power. So we were thinking about this because, we are in a unique position, Sylvester, where we can come onto this platform, YouTube, through Beardbrand, a channel that has over 1 million subscribers. And everything we say, whether we realize it or not, has a bit of weight. And I think a lot of times we forget, especially right now, that words have impact, and the things that we say have value, and they have malice sometimes. So we need to be careful with what we say sometimes, and we need to sort of remember that while it may not be important to us, some of the advice we give, even in the style consultations, if it's just a throwaway thing or something like that, to a lot of people, it means a lot. And to a lot of people, it, can be misconstrued or taken in a different way. So it's good to be mindful of these things, be intentional with the way that you talk and the way that you use your words.
Yeah. My thoughts, when you told me about when you shared the subject with me, I wrote down some thoughts just to kind of get our conversation, help my dialogue portion of this. And there's two scopes when it comes to the power of your words from my perspective. One, there's internal.
Oh, yeah.
The words you use to talk to yourself, right?
That sort of monologue, internal monologue.
Then there's external.
Okay.
And that's how we talk to others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we are right now.
Exactly. And so words can either promote, now again, internal, external. Words can either promote or they can tear down.
Oh, yeah.
Words can either help or they can hinder.
Yeah.
Words can either heal or they can harm. And so, I think it's really important for us to have this dialogue because as guys, internally, let's focus internally first.
Sure.
We can be our worst critics.
Oh, absolutely.
We can be our worst critics when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we're on the journey to grow our beard or our hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we may look at ourselves in the mirror, but you got to learn to love the man looking back at you in that mirror.
And that comes back to that internal monologue.
And that goes back to that internal monologue. It all starts internally before you can move that conversation and that dialogue externally.
Yeah.
So if you're in my perspective, if you're not talking well to others, if you're not using words that, what did we say?
Help.
Promote, help, and heal.
Right.
It's because you're not using words that promote, help, and heal
yourself
internally. So that's my contribution.
No, I like that.
I think it's important for us to remember that words do have power. And I was looking for a cool, inspirational quote.
I was too. And I mean, the one that I immediately jumped to was kind of stupid. There was two that I thought of. One was by another content creator that's actually here in town. He's one of the founders of Rooster Teeth, and I had this as my wallpaper for a long time. And it was just stop complaining and work harder.
Yeah.
And I kind of look back on that one like, why did I hold so dear to that quote so long ago when I was younger? And it's one of those things where it's like, I guess you can look back on words at a different time of your life and it can really just mean two different things. But the one I settled on for today that I thought was more appropriate was our own tagline, keep on growing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things, a lot of people just immediately see and go, oh, okay, they obviously mean the beard and just keep growing your beard. But it really means so much more than that, especially to, us. And it's really, kind of goes back to the whole theme of the alliance to grow as a person. We can come into maybe just finding a Beardbrand video through like a barbershop video or maybe a tutorial, and then you can really get engrossed in this whole world of self-care and building yourself up, and then taking those lessons, those internal lessons and those internal words, and then, like you said, creating them into external words and helping each other out. So I wanted to talk about that for a moment in terms of the alliance as we circle back into that.
Yeah.
And it can go off of just one of the ones that we talked about in the alliance in terms of the threads that we had. Within the alliance, it's a sort of a forum-based website, private community that we have here at Beardbrand. One of the ones was how do you deal with stress, right?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where, as people sort of spoke about how they dealt with stress, my own internal monologue and my own internal words that I was using to deal with myself and to deal with things that I was doing changed, right? And I kind of go back to that thread every once in a while if I'm really feeling down and out. And it reminds me that, hey, things are okay. And I don't want to keep rambling on.
No, you're good.
Not letting you talk. I don't want to hog the mic. But
no, you're not. This is good.
It also relates to, see on a snake weaving in and out of these different things. It relates to a book that Eric sent me that Eric wrote. He's actually in the room right now, called The Book of Reminders. And, if maybe we'll share that eventually in the chat, or we can share that within the community somehow. And it's just, it's a very small book. It doesn't take you very long to read, but each word in it really has value. And that's what's so cool about the book being small, is that there's no wasted space in this sort of thing. So when you look at the whole theme of words have impact and words have power, choosing the right ones to say, and not wasting anyone's time, I think that's really, really nice. That's really helpful.
Yeah, honestly, Jack, it doesn't mean that you're soft on yourself either.
No, I don't think that at all.
From the other perspective of this is like, should you be soft on yourself? Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know, depends on different on different personalities.
I think it's the time of the day or what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I tend to be a little bit more. I critique myself a little harder than maybe I should.
Sure, I think we all do.
And remembering like, hey, you got to give yourself credit for where you've come from.
Yeah.
And that goes back to that internal external dialogue. If internally I'm having that dialogue, then externally I'm also going to have that dialogue with my wife, with my family, with my friends, with my circles of influence, where it's like instead of being like, hey, you fucked up, like being more like, hey, let me talk to you for a second. Here's my understanding of this, and here's what I think.
Exactly.
Having that respect for yourself. At the end of the day, it boils down to having respect for yourself, loving yourself, so that you can care and have respect for other people.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think that when back to your point of going back to the thread of being able to de-stress. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can put in place to help you narrate that conversation internally. Because again, when you've narrated it well internally, then I think you begin to narrate that conversation pretty well externally. So
that's important. So I mean, we kind of, as we say, go back to that whole theme of the words have power. And I mean, we can look at it from the other perspective too, of like, sometimes we need to watch what we say. It's like, especially on somewhere like this. Now, of course, we don't really censor ourselves in here. We can say whatever we want. And it's our own channel. Or, I mean, I say this with Eric in the room, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't. But I don't feel like we ever have to like pump the brakes. I mean, of course, we are mindful of the things that we say in these videos. But I think what makes at least separates the Beardbrand videos and the Alliance show from a lot of other things is, a sense of genuality. Is that a word?
Yeah, sure.
Seems genuine. And with that, I think it's just like, oh, how about an intro for you all? We watch our words with the intro. No.
So there's hotkeys, and every time I accidentally hit one, you get a little opening.
We get a little bit of an intro. Maybe we'll just remove those hotkeys from now on. Man. Anyway. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I like that we don't have to necessarily censor ourselves or anything, but that doesn't mean that we're not mindful of the things that we're saying.
Absolutely, yeah.
So when we do, I mean, of course, I think we all experience that. Even in the style consultation, I'm sure you guys, like when we first show the picture, like, oh, I want to say this, this, and this, or you go down to the comments on a video and you say, oh, this, and this, this guy sucks, or this haircut sucks, or whatever. Or, I think it's just, you need to take a moment and think, who's going to be reading this, or who's going to be hearing this, or who's this going to affect or help or promote or whatever. So we need to be mindful of these things. And I extend this to you guys watching this or listening to this right now. Pay attention to those words. And even if you need to take a moment to, like, just like I did, take a moment and think and pause before you say those words, and make sure that each one has impact. Make sure that each one has meaning, so that you're not accidentally saying something wrong, or misconstruing something, or sending a message that you don't really want to send. Just something to think about.
Your words have power.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I was looking for a quote, and I couldn't find one.
That's okay.
I found a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, there's a million of them.
But I think the statement itself is a powerful quote in itself, and that is that your words have power.
Yeah.
So use them wisely, because you can create with your words.
Yeah.
And you can destroy with your words. And so be sure to remember that when you're thinking about yourself, and then when you're talking to others, because there's two narratives, one internal and one external.
And I think I even have a good example of this, like how people can misconstrue things with the video that we did. And it was barbershop rules that you didn't know existed. Okay? That's the one that always comes to mind, because that always seems to be one of the most controversial videos that we've ever put out. And that, if you haven't seen that one, is Mahesh, the barber, basically sat down on Carlos Costa's couch and basically said, it was like a list of 5 things that kind of annoy barbers, or make barbers kind of upset, and we named it that. And people were a little bit abrasive to it, because I think people heard the surface level of what Mahesh was saying, but didn't really understand, like, hey, look, when we do these things, like sit down in the barber's chair before they even say, like, hey, come on over, or when we answer a phone call during a barbershop haircut, or show up too early and just hang out outside and bug the barbers. Those things can really affect the barbers and really make their day pretty lousy. And, when they're pulling these 12-hour days or 10-hour days, it can be pretty rough. So,
yeah,
everyone went down to the comments for immediately jumping down onto Mahesh and saying, you suck. It's like, we're paying you for this. Why the hell should you be upset about these things? I think people just need to take a moment and be mindful of what they're saying, but also, oh, hey, Randy, welcome back. Damn those hotkeys. I mean, even on our side of things, when we've grown a lot as content creators and what we say and the things that our collaborators say. I think even Mahesh is more mindful of things that maybe he said back then and maybe he's saying now. So it's just one of those things that we always need to pay attention to as we continue to grow as men, grow as people, and strive towards being the best people that we can be. Okay?
That's good.
So I will step down off of my soapbox now. And why don't we welcome our guests before we turn on to our first winners. And you guys we've got something coming up, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to tease it and let you guys fizzle into this. So yeah, we do have a party coming up. We've got a convention of sorts, as we may call it.
Yeah.
An alliance convention of sorts.
Yeah.
So Eric, do you want to navigate the maze of cords and lights and wires and everything and come on over here and take my spot and speak to Sylvester about this real quick?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Come on in.
Come on over. Bye, guys.
What's
All
up,
right.
man?
Speaking of people who say inappropriate things,
Welcome, Eric.
I think I am the king of inappropriate things and not thinking before I speak. So, yeah.
That's good.
Good to be back on the stream.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, man.
Been a long time, man. I had, when you're talking about like being soft and being hard, man, I just had all these puns going through my head.
Yeah.
Got to bring a little bit of smiles back in here. You guys are so
Yes.
serious.
I know. Today's topic was serious. It was a good one. It was a serious one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a party coming up March 20th and 21st. Every year, Beardbrand hosts what we call Celebration by Beardbrand.
Celebration by Beardbrand.
Or as Jack says, CXBB if you're dirty. If you're nasty. Hey. And so it is an annual party that we throw here at Beardbrand, here in Austin, Texas, to celebrate our viewers, our fans, our customers, and also our team members. And what we do is we throw a big party in the evening time. There's drinks, there's music, there's dancing. There's Jack running around in a captain hat, as he did last year.
There's photographs.
There's photographs.
There's Beardbranders.
There is Carlos. There is Eric. There is Greg. And last year we had Mahesh.
Yeah.
And Mahesh came in from London. And this year we're throwing the party again.
Yeah, every year. What is this, the fifth year?
Fifth year. We're throwing this party again. And similar to what we did last year, we're flying in Mahesh for a day 1/day 2. So there's the party, but the day before, we'll have Mahesh in from London, and then bonus, we'll have Jake the barber in from Philadelphia. So they'll both be cutting hair right here on the Beardbrand campus, the headquarters located here in Austin, Texas, 2 days. And we've only got a limited amount of spots available for guests to come, and guess what? Half of the seats are already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty special thing. Like we, of course, Sylvester led this last year by bringing Mahesh in to cut hair, and you guys saw a lot of those videos, or hopefully you saw. I don't know if Jeff's in the comments nowadays with this, but he was there last year. He's already bought his ticket too.
Yeah, Jeff Goodman is coming. Greg Turbeville, I see he's in the chat. Greg's coming.
So we get a lot of familiar faces,
Yeah.
and maybe they can speak on our behalf of what a great event it is. But I mean, for me, it's like I'm actually headed out to New Orleans on Wednesday, and I'm going to a conference, an e-commerce conference, to learn more about becoming a better e-commerce store and how to improve the way we do business and communicate what we're doing on beardbrand.com. And I think there's so many things that you learn by putting yourself around like-minded people that you're not going to learn from just your everyday friends and family. Like there is a reality that while our community is large at 1 million, there's 7 billion people on the planet right now. Mm-hmm. So it's still a very small community of very specific people who enjoy finding style and self-improvement and investing in themselves. And I've been thinking a lot about coming onto the stream today and talking about Alliance Conference, our first first official Alliance conference.
Yeah.
I guess last year was called Celebration by Beardbrand VIP.
Yeah.
But it's now officially the Alliance conference. And there's really like two types of people who should come. The first type is the person who is driven to improve themselves.
Yep.
They've done a lot in life, but they know there's room for improvement, and they want to be around other like-minded people. And there's a lot of different ways to improve yourself. We're not the first self-improvement type of organization. We're not the first company to say to invest in yourself. I think there's a guy, what's his name, Tony Robbins. He's probably been doing it for a while, but we're not Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
We're a little more chill.
Yeah.
And we have slightly smaller chins.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? That guy's got an enormous chin. All right. So that's the first person, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like really going to be the majority of people, guys and girls can come who are coming. The second person is going to be like a filthy ass rich person who's just like a fan of Greg and Mahesh and me and Sylvester and Jack. And he just wants to fly down, or she wants to just fly down and chill with us and hang out.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got their life together because they're filthy rich, and they just want to
Look good.
Yeah, look good.
With a haircut and a beard trim, maybe by Mahesh.
Yeah, and have just have some
and
fun.
Jake.
And I think we did have maybe a couple people like that who came down as well who've been really successful in life and just want to say thanks for all the video and the contents that we've done. And so both kinds of people.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we haven't really announced this portion of it yet, but I'll give you a little teaser. So we are also, for the first time, as Eric was mentioning, we're doing an Alliance conference. So not only will we have the haircut by Mahesh or Jake, and there's a whole lot of other things that you get along with that. It's not just that. You actually get a one-on-one style consultation with myself and with a company here in town called League of Rebels. So we'll sit down with you prior to your haircut or beard trim, and we'll talk about maybe finding a style or finding maybe some grooming tweaks that we can implement into your routine. And then you'll be able to get your haircut, your beard trim. You'll also be able to get some photos, some professional photos after that. So you can keep for yourself. You can share on social media. You're going to be on YouTube's Beardbrand channel. You're going to be on our social media platforms. But aside from all of those things, oh man, shoot, what else did I forget? You're going to also get to build your own beardsman kit.
Oh,
so if you haven't had a chance yet to buy the beardsman kit, this would be the right time, in my opinion, to get a beardsman kit. It's a really cool kit, and this year we're letting you pick out the tools that go into the kit, and so that's going to be a unique experience, and you get to do that with our product developer here at Beardbrand. So she develops the products, and she'll be able to give you extra insight into those products so that you carefully select the right products for your trip back home. But on top of all of that, we're also
the gift that keeps on giving is like herpes here. Seriously. I mean, come on.
Or
are we making any money?
Or gonorrhea, one of the two. The other thing that we're doing is we're going to be able to have some mini breakout sessions around the campus here at Beardbrand. So Eric's leading a chat, and he'll be covering something probably, I'm assuming, on building a business.
No, I think I want to do the book of reminders.
Okay, cool.
The 9 different reminders that I give myself to kind of live the best life I can.
Greg is also
Brzezinski.
Greg Brzezinski is also leading a mini breakout session, so he'll be covering a pretty cool topic. He hasn't shared it with me just yet, but I know it's going to be excellent. And then I've got 2 other guys that you'll want to definitely be here in attendance for. I believe Travis White is going to be joining us. And then we've got one more guest that we'll be having join us for those mini breakout sessions around the campus. So if you're getting your haircut, or if you're not getting your haircut and your beard trim or style consultation, you'll have the opportunity to join one of those sessions here on the campus. But that's not it. If you aren't coming to get a haircut, or you're not coming to get a beard trim, or you're like, you know what, I don't need the beardsman kit, or I don't need a haircut, which is crazy, but okay, then you'll be able still to get on the campus. You'll be able to get in the door through a general admission ticket. Now, there will be a fee for the general admission ticket, but at least it lets you get onto the campus to see what all the buzz is about, to get in on the mini breakout sessions, and then it'll give you access to our networking event in the evening time on the 20th, where you'll be able to literally come and do this exact same thing with Eric, with Greg, with Carlos, with Mahesh, with Jake, with myself, with Jack, all the Beardbrand team and family. We'll be all chatting it up and just kind of sharing a meal and just maybe having a couple beers or whatever is your fancy.
I mean, a couple other things. You'll also get access to the Alliance online community.
You will also get access to the Alliance online community as well for 30 days. We'll get you in there.
So you can continue those relationships that you're building in the Alliance. And the other thing I want to make very clear is we have purposely kept this small.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you go to some conferences and it's hundreds of people or thousands of people, and then you end up, you get into your little clique and it's kind of small. This is where we've kept it small enough that you get to meet everyone. You get to spend time with everyone. You get to really build and develop great relationships.
Yep.
It's not going to be big. And then once the tickets are sold out, they're completely out. So that's by design. And then maybe if we blow it out, then maybe we figure out how to scale it up. But I don't even know if it's going to be something where we want it to get too big,
Yeah, even the general admission tickets, just the entry ticket to get in the door and on the campus will be limited as well. So, yeah, I like that. That's it's an opportunity for you to, again, invest in yourself and also connect with other people. And your mind would be blown away by just the simple conversations and the connections that you'll make during those 2 days here. And again, hopefully Greg and also Jeff and who else is who I believe Randy. I don't know if he's watching today, but Randy's coming back again this year. But they can maybe share or just hit them up in the chat and say, hey, tell me about your experience. And I'm pretty sure that they'll say you'll walk away with more than just a haircut and a beard trim.
Yeah. My dad's coming. Jack, we want to get your dad here too?
He might come. I could try to convince him. He's never visited me in Austin before.
We can get Bingaman from Helm Boots to come by and convince him to come out. That would be. I'd like to see the man that made Jack. That would be.
He's never worn a beard, so maybe we can convince him.
Well, you don't need a beard to come. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Shall we pull some winners, or am I getting kicked out of here, or have I done my job?
I think you're good.
Did we sell the rest of the tickets?
We have 10 more left.
10 more left. Okay. Well, we're pretty much gone.
Yeah.
All right, but I am going to pull some winners. I'm going to pull 2 since we're getting close to the time, and I don't want to type too much, so I'll put as much as I can without hitting a hotkey.
Thanks for stopping by, Eric.
in the chat.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
So winner number 1 is Eddie Frere.
Eddie, you are winner number 1.
Eddie, congratulations.
Let's do number 2.
Number 2, we got.
Is anyone even watching anymore?
Joe. I'm really bad at.
Joe's winner number 2.
Pennicett.
Woo!
I'm sorry.
Woo!
And we'll hold off on the last one. Couple more minutes.
You're killing me. I was ready for that last one.
Should we just go all 3 right now?
Can we go all 3? Let's go all 3. Come on.
All right.
I'm in a good mood.
All right. This one I can hopefully pronounce a little
Jack, you're not in a good mood?
better.
I'm never in a good mood.
Oh, come on, Jack.
All right.
Despite the appearances, I'm always stressed out. No, I'm kidding.
Winner number 3 is Venice.
Venice, winner number 3. So
Sorry
Joe,
for the
so
very,
Eddie.
very vague description. I would love to type out winner number 3, but then you would see our whole intro, outro, everything again.
Oh yeah,
That's all right.
Well, we'll go by Joe, Eddie, and Venice, or Venice, however you want to say it.
Congratulations.
Either way, congratulations. Thank you all for participating in the giveaway. I will make sure to get you guys those gift cards as soon as this whole shenanigan situation is over. And yeah, we do see there were quite a few of people that were in the chat today that were at CXBB last year.
Oh, right on. Cool.
That's very cool. And of course, we see Greg right there.
Greg.
Not Greg Brzezinski, but Greg Tuberville.
Yeah.
Man, I am actually really looking forward to seeing these guys again.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a good time, and the weather's a little warmer that time of year here in Austin, Texas, and so yeah, right here on the headquarters, man. It's gonna be a really cool experience. I'm excited about it.
I'd love to take us out on a story if I could about one of the CXB beers.
Yeah.
That kind of. I'm kicking myself because I didn't handle this correctly. But, I was just in Orlando, Florida over the weekend. And one of the people that came to CXB last year was lives in Orlando, Florida, and works.
Oh yeah,
for
Will.
Will in Hollywood is his handle. I don't want to say his last name if he's not comfortable with it, but he works for, or at least contracts for the Disney company. And one of the things that he helped with was Disney Springs, like the expansion of their whole shopping area. So I was there, and I was walking around, and I went, I should have hit him up because
you should have hit Will up.
He and I
love that.
We're talking, and he's like, "Hey, next time you're in Florida, because I'm from Florida, he's like, I will show you around and
there you go,
show you the place." So if I make it back out to Florida again, Will, you have my word. If you were watching, listening, or if you guys know Will, I will make that my priority to come hang out with you, man, because he was a cool guy.
Yeah.
He was very, very
Will's
fun.
great.
Everyone was that we
He
met.
mentioned he might be coming back for this year's CXBB. I'm not sure if he's going to make it, but he did say he hit me up on social media on Instagram and said, "Hey,
That's
I might come." So.
And actually, while I was there at Disney Springs, believe it or not, and I was thinking about the whole thing about Will, I was stopped. I've already probably talked about this, and someone's like, Jack, come here. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, God, is it a coworker? I'm like, no, I'm off work. Leave me alone. And it was, I believe, an Alliance member named Michael. It's not you, Michael Ray, unless your last name is what I think it is. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to, spill the beans on anyone's personal identity or anything. But it was a gentleman named Michael, and he was there, and he was celebrating. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys' videos are so inspirational and everything. And I'd love to come out to Austin for this conference." And so, hopefully, Michael, you're listening to this or watching this right now. And I look forward to giving you a proper hello when I see you there. Because I was so caught off guard. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
Yeah, you were in another world.
Yeah, I was off camera, Jack, very quiet. But anyway, so it's been a great time meeting all you guys and getting to know you guys. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. Because, think about it, man. Last time this year, the Alliance show was it wasn't even called the Alliance show. It was being shot on a phone. We didn't have microphones or anything. I think it was me and Eric switching off.
Yeah,
I think you'd maybe made an appearance in a video before.
Maybe.
It's gonna be wild.
Natty,
Rana wasn't even here yet. She wasn't even out of college.
Yeah.
But man, I'm really looking forward to it. So we'll wrap things up here today. And
hey, speaking of power of words,
there he is. That's Michael.
Oh, was it
right
Michael?
There. Not Michael Ray, but Michael Bashford right there.
Oh, hey, there you go.
That is incredible.
That.
How about
nice.
that? Isn't
Full
that
circle,
weird?
man.
So, Michael, I am incredibly sorry. It caught me so off guard when you said hello. I was not expecting to ever be recognized outside of Austin, and I wish that I had gotten more time to say hello. So, if you do make it out to Alliance Conference and CXBB, I would love to chat with you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and I'll throw one more thing. If you do sign up for the Alliance Conference. That Tuesday, we're hosting another live stream right here in this studio.
We're gonna do an Alliance show with you guys.
So definitely swing through, or at least plan to come in, and you can join the stream live and watch it live and hang out with us here.
Yeah.
The day before the festivities kick off.
We got room in the studio. You guys can sit in. Maybe we'll get some guests. We'll get some music. We'll get it going, man. It'll be fun. Really looking forward to that. But anyway, guys, so we'll end off a little bit early this week because I think we started a little bit early.
We did, yeah.
So thank you to everyone that submitted photos. Thank you to everyone who participated in the chat, who did stuff in the giveaway, who said hi. Thank you to everyone who was at CXB last year. Why do I keep saying like CBB or whatever? CXBB.
Right. CXBB, but it's the Alliance Conference this year.
Alliance Conference by Beardbrand.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So until we see you guys next week, where we talk your ears off a little bit more about Alliance Conference, hey, this has been Jack for Beardbrand.
Yeah. Sylvester Lewis here. Keep pushing forward. We'll see you next week.
Keep on growing, guys. And with that being said, we're supposed to keep talking. And
oh, that's right.
Yeah, I always try and hold myself to that, where we're like, oh, we're going to fade out and everything. But no, legitimately, it was incredible fun. Meeting Michael when he was there. It was really fun. And I really hope that we get to do something like that in the future. Because I was so embarrassed that I was like, when I was walking away with my girlfriend, I was like, oh, I should have said more to him. I felt so bad. I was like, hello, goodbye. But anyway, goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye. Boo.